we're going to be talking about political participation. So for everyone watching, especially the young people, in your own words, can you define political participation? In addition to that, what is youth political participation for you? So let's start with Miss Anna.
Sure. That's quite a good question. When I read the paper, I thought about it a lot. And I think for me, it's a combination because there are several methods how you can participate politically. I think the first thing that you can do is to vote. If you have the chance to do it, if you live in a country where you have democracy, it's go to vote and give the vote to someone. And the two other things what I thought about is being in a party like me, or you are part of a movement like Fridays for Future, which got quite big because of one political issue, the climate change. I think it's different in the conception because those movements are far more spontaneous than political parties. It's a different way how you participate in those movements. But I think you have to have like both things in a democracy to participate politically. I think it's important to have parties which are like more ordered, I would say, and then you have movements which are more spontaneous. And I think what political participation means for me as a young person is that I can influence political decisions by raising my voice for specific political issues that I want to talk about. And I think that's the most important thing as well for talking about political youth. I think almost everybody is telling that young people are super important in politics, and it is true. But I think what you have to do is not just to tell that they are important for political terms and everything. You have to listen to them and to give them a voice, because if you just talk about them and just say it's important that they are there, from that young people don't have anything, and political issues as well don't. You have to take the things that they are talking about serious. That's very important for me, especially when we talk about youth politics. So for me, to define it, it's political participation is in more than one way. You can vote, you can be part of a party, you can be part of a movement, but youth political participation especially defines itself on how the persons that are talking about it give young people really a chance to influence political decisions. That's it for me.
Thank you so much, Miss Anna. How about you, Nan? What do you think?
Well, I think the political participations is anything that involve or affecting politics, including voting, as Anna mentioned, demonstrating, contacting the public, boycotting, attending party rallies, or express your thought as a concerning citizens, or taking part in the policy process. That's other thing that you can do. And for myself, other than voting, as mentioned earlier, that I'm working as an assistant secretary to the Speaker of the House, which involved directly with the House of Representatives. And as a deputy spokesperson, I would also express my thought and concern to the government on issues that are concerning the public, from school meal policies to concerning to the situations in Myanmar. And as part of the youth wing of the Democrat Party, we also took part in the policy making in the previous elections. These are the kind of thing that youth or people in the public can actually get involved, not being in the position, but they can actually involve in many other platforms. So I would also as well encourage people to be more involved and participate in the political process here.
Thank you, Nan. How about Miss Niniai?
Well, personally, as a youth advocate and a youth leader in our community, I define youth political participation wherein young people engagement is active in social, economic, and political life that is very crucial, we all know, for a vibrant and healthy democracy or healthy governance. Well, it can be conventional and unconventional, including activities for us that we should really exercise our vote. And yes, we have to really engage on such youth political organization, and not just that, but for the local youth organization, and engaging and taking part, and like this, taking part on online such activism, decision influence for policy making. Yes, in addition for that, and also we have that spirit of having a voice in the youth level, which is maybe national or international protests, or yes, joining certain boycott. Such very important thing that we discuss is, for me, is a youth political participation, and I think that is my own or personal belief for that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for that, Miss Cheska.
Hi. So actually, there's this levels of political participation that I recall from Milbrath, which said that I think the first or the initial thing how you get involved in politics is number one, voting. And I would like to remind everyone, the young Filipinas, the women around the world, that we should value voting because we fought for it. No, the female suffragettes who came before us, we had to fight our right to vote because, as we recall, it's only men who were allowed to vote before, because we were deemed as uneducated and uninformed. We belonged just in the households. And then after voting, I think it is you become involved in local politics and national politics if you read up on the information that when what's happening, what are your congresspersons up to, what are the policies and laws that they're passing. And then if you're against or for something, inform your representatives in the lower house in the case of the Philippines. You vote for district representatives in our districts. And I think we have the right to be consulted, and at the same time, the right to express if we are not being well represented with the policies and measures that they are forwarding in the plenaries. Besides that, I think the highest level of political participation, basing on Lester Milbrath, would be getting involved in the political party and at the same time running for office. But the thing is, a lot of us are actually very loud when it comes to voicing out in the things that we love or the things that we dislike. But we don't have that grit to take it up to ourselves to run for office. And I think the young women leaders of today that are leaders in our communities, in our youth organizations, in our political parties should have that grit and should have that bravery in us that we deserve to be there, because our perspectives, our voices, the knowledge in us should not just stay outside of these plenaries where important decisions are being made. That we have the capabilities and we deserve tawag dito to to be part of that decision making process. So that's it for me. Thank you.